Oops, I'm live. Yeah, I clicked the button and then I'm just kind of like, da 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 da. I'm here to color. My ziti is in the oven. It's like ziti lasagna kind of concoction. And I got like, I set it for the oven for 45 minutes. And so at some point, well, my husband's downstairs, so he might also check it, but I'm going to have to run and check it in like 45 minutes or so to see how it's doing. So I'm just gonna work on. Let's see. I have this week's main page and then the page for today. I don't know which I want to color first. I think I want to color the main page, this page first. Um, I kind of got a program for coloring the week page. That might be kind of out of order, but I don't know. I just feel like doing it. I really want. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? What are we using for pencils? I don't want to take a long time with this. Oh, yeah. Put that in the recycle. I want to be a little quicker about things than I have been. I could, yeah, I don't think Christmas colors aren't that great on this paper. What's in that case? And then I got the Derwents. I could use those, but these are big spaces, so I think I'd rather use or I could use water-based markers like I did yesterday. I use these hoo-hoos again. I kind of feel in the mood. I just might have a steady enough hand. I don't know. I want to go outside the box though with colors. No more Blue Mary. No Blue Mary. I'm gonna be adventurous. See, I really want to use my colors. I really do. There's so many colors in them. Okay. Da, da. Okay, I'm gonna start right from the get-go with this yellow. And I do want to use this just in case. It's very windy again today. And now the weather changes every time I look out the window. Now the wind is lifting up and causing whiteout. Wasn't doing that before. There is snow sticking to the ground, but it's not a lot. Because it's windy and it must be really cold. It doesn't seem like it's cold enough for it to be, well, I know. But it's like it's not really covering the entire road, or if it does for a moment, then it doesn't the next moment because the wind blows everything away. So the air has to be dry enough, or it has to be cold enough for the snow not to be, like what we call good packing, the kind good for making snowballs. Because the kind of snow that's good for making snowballs sticks to the ground. And this isn't. So it's got to be either really cold or really dry. And I think the air is really dry because I looked at the humidifier I have in the room with the piano, and it was like at 30, which is really low. I'm trying not to let it get that low, but it's been really hard to gauge air temperature lately. So I wasn't prepared for it to do that. I actually had some laundry I was going to wait to do until Monday because it wasn't really urgent, and I actually put it in to help bring the humidity up in the house. While I wait for my ziti lasagna to cook. My husband usually goes to play hockey, but I don't know if he's going to play today. I didn't ask because he just took a COVID test to make sure he didn't have COVID because and he's had like a cold or something with some kind of cough, a cough that won't go away. So if he went as far as to take a COVID test, I'm thinking he might not feel so hot. He's kind of like me, like we're troopers through the whole thing. We just like just keep going. But I don't know. He might not go play tonight, which would work because then he'll be here for the Zidiania or whatever I'm gonna call it. I'm calling it something to eat basically, but I swear it's like really heavy. The pan. I've got like the really big pan, like it is a lasagna kind of pan. But I got it's a really big one, Pyrex, and that thing is heavy with everything in it. It's like I was like cooking for the neighborhood. So I might be giving some of it away to my sister-in-law who loves my eggplant parmesan, but yeah, I can't be making that right now. It's work. So I can give her that instead. So here, well, kind of the same thing, not really, but without the eggplant, it's not the same. But if you're not Italian, you might not know the difference. So probably a good thing to eat on a day like today, though. Mm-hmm. Color have I not used much in here? Let me use that color. I don't know what color that would be. A lot of these pinks and things I really don't use a lot. Probably should be doing it this way. I don't know. Or not. It doesn't look quite right. So when I was talking about yesterday that I wish I could like, you know, give a gift or something to the people who've been delivering my Amazon packages. And so I thought, well, let me ask Alexa. And she says, I don't understand. Like, of course you don't. You meanie. I asked it twice, and the first time it was telling me about, I don't know, some peppermint um candy canes or something. That's like, that's not, and saying, no, if you like I can put them in your cart. It's like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to buy something to hand it out to them personally. I want to leave something for them that they can just take. Although I suppose they could do that with the candy cane, but like what? They're going to deliver them to me and then I package them to give to. No, no, that's not what I want to do. I'd like to be able to somehow like tip them or something like that through Amazon and make sure that Amazon doesn't take any of that money. I don't trust nobody. I'd like to do something like that. I was afraid that wasn't going to be dark enough, and it isn't. Oh well. Hmm. You never can tell. Oh, that's why I didn't put orange there. There's orange there. Too close. I haven't colored many Christmas mandalas because I've been doing this book, and I still haven't finished that first one I did in the Dover Christmas mandala book because I've been doing this instead. What's this color? Oh, it's dark. It's really dark. Oh my gosh. I don't think I want to do that. So maybe I'll just kind of zhuzh up this page a little bit. Make it match in one spot at least. This is dark too. I think I gotta swatch. Oh, this one's not as dark. Although now I feel like I shouldn't be using another. I don't know. I'm gonna do it. Now I want a different color somewhere. That's really purple. Can I do this? That's the color I was originally trying to get. Let's see if I do reverse then what happens. That's the purple I wanted. So like, so I'm trying to find a really light one. That's not light. Oh, these might be. Try this one. Well, that's kind of different. Maybe do the background first. Did practice my piano a little bit today while I was waiting for the pot of water to boil for the ziti. So that was the one that wasn't. Let's do I have a pale orange and use on her. So this is it. This is tonight's going to be the darkest night of the year, and it's uphill from there. More daylight starting tomorrow. Yay! I'm still thinking, is there like some seed I can find that's special to me in some kind of way that I can winter sow today, even if I just do that one. I don't know. I really miss doing that. Maybe see if I can find some old perennial seed that for a plant maybe that I always wanted and never got to sow, and just take a chance on that one. Because that's another thing that I didn't mention yesterday with the winter sowing is that, and again, if you want to find out about that, look for Trudy Davidoff. But like, I was actually starting plants for, like for things that people were always fussing, people who really have green thumbs and would start plants indoors and things. I was starting plants for things that people had trouble with who were experienced gardeners, because something was with, especially with perennials, is they need what's called, a lot of times they need special things. They need something to make the seed do what they call break dormancy. And so sometimes what you have to do, you have to, like if you're a gardener sowing seeds, indoors or whatever, or in a greenhouse, you have to scar the seeds, do this thing they call scarification, or you have to do what they call stratify the seeds, which is to actually have them have periods of cold and warm to help the seed. It kind of helps wake it up, which is what breaking dormancy means. And but I would just do them, put certain plants like that. I would just put them, like I said, in a jug of dirt and wet it and put it out in the winter weather, and I would get perennials. Some of those I found out, ooh, I had to be like a little more careful because I was starting to find out some things were invasive or whatever, and so don't do that. Don't, so I got a little bit more choosy about them things. But and some things, after I read more about it, it's like, oh, wait a minute, it does this. No, we don't want that. We got to put that in the garbage. But I was sowing seeds for things that were like, I mean, I never would have been able to grow them indoors, nor would I. I would, and some of those plants cost a lot in the stores if you try to buy it. But even like right now, I think I have an azalea bush that's in my sunroom. It's not actually full bush; it's kind of spindly looking. That I think I might have started from seed, and I don't know what to do with it because I can't really. I'm not in a zone where azaleas overwinter, and I think that's how I wound up with it inside, and I just kind of has stayed there, and I kind of have neglected it. But it's still alive. It still keeps growing. It just doesn't look like much. Um, but I learned all these plant names too. That it's like I didn't even know. It's like I don't know whatever that is. I like the picture. It's pretty. Let's try it. Like a stilby is one of those. I had no idea what that was, but I love it. That still comes up in my yard. Yeah, it was a great way to get perennial plants. A great way for that. I have a poppy that still comes up, a perennial poppy, oriental poppy. And I always say when it comes up every year, it looks like a pod from space. It looks like something like that's not of this world. I love poppies. I love the those like and those bread seed poppies. Oh my gosh, I love those things so much. They're so huge. The flower is so huge on them. I used to have a bunch of them, but they're annual here, and so like birds wind up eating any seeds they drop. So I don't get. I usually don't get reseeding of them, which is makes me sad because I could easily have a whole bunch of poppies, but um, the birds eat the seeds and other critters, which is good for them. So I mean, it feeds them. So I don't know why I'm doing that with him, but I am. I have I'm gonna make her different and how. I do miss gardening though. I do. I put a lot of effort into it. And growing up, I was Miss Priss. Both me and my sister, we were like, mm-mm, we're not going in no dirt. Are you kidding me? So when people found out I was gardening here, they were like, what? But the land was calling me. So you can't have all this land and not plant stuff. It almost seemed sinful to not. I don't know if I'm going to keep her pink. I think that's kind of weird. But I might color over it with something. Did I use another? I don't know. I might mix a color. Wonder if they did one of these for last year, or if this is the first year they've done this book. I think oranges do have or something. Orange is kind of an odd color to use because nothing really mixes with it well. And also, like, to do that on the bottom was kind of silly, but so I think the pink is a heavier color. It's goofy looking. I could change the color with pencil or this. I forgot about that in the corner. I don't know why I did that, but it is what it is. A chair? What is that? I can't tell what's behind her. I see any purple in the back now. Mm, I could use this color on him instead of the yellow. Isaiah 7:10-14. That's one thing. Markers go fast. Where's that bluish one? That's what I do, Jesus. I don't know what color to put down there. Oh, no. No, you can't have orange in there. I don't know what to do for the skin tone because we messed that up yesterday. Is this the same color? Yeah, it's like green. We don't want to make them green. How long has it been? What time is it? 2:20. Oh, it's almost time. Be right back. I gotta go check the Zitanya. Okay, I'm back. It's not. Yeah, it needs another 45 minutes. It's too packed, so it's not there yet. Okay, baby Jesus, what are we doing with you? I don't know what color. I guess all yellow. I don't know. Or the combo. Oh, snow looks like it's sticking now. That wind must have blown in some colder air or something. See if it's purple. It's going to turn brown, but maybe a green. Might regret this. Well, we'll learn what not to do next time. I don't know what that is. What is that? Gotta do their hair. They give them purple hair. Why am I giving them purple hair? What color is this? Oh, this will be good. Or not. Is this the same color I thought was a good color yesterday? Probably is. I don't learn. Trying to go by the way the pen looks. Oops, he's got a neck. That makes brown. Of sorts. I'll do that again. Get rid of that. Oop, I don't really want to go that far. Oops. Leave it at that. Key symbol. Like I said, I don't know. I may go back at some point later on and like zhuzh up the pages or whatever, but I don't want to do too much right now. I don't want to. Oops. I gotta get the inside of it. Why am I not using the other side? I don't know. That's why. Too scratchy. I don't like that feeling. That's why. I'll fight with the brush. I actually made myself a breakfast quesadilla this morning. So I actually ate something normal as opposed to what I did yesterday. Well, a bagel's normal, but it's not normal to just eat a bagel and have a glass of eggnog and have that be breakfast and dinner. Like, no. I gotta do better. Okay. We got time to do the week page. Let's see where we get these yellows come from. Do I remember? Where's that bright in there? There it is. Nope, that's amazing. Where is it? Is it in my hand? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. I feel like watching a movie. It's that one. All right. Or reading a book. Which, yeah, Amazon came here again today. They delivered the 2 books I ordered. I think I just ordered them on Friday. And I thought they were supposed to get here tomorrow, but they delivered them today. Which actually works out good because I kind of was really wanting them and wanting to get right into them. So now I can. Why does it not look right? These are empty. Have empties. They're probably floating around somewhere in my case. Empties in my case is what I'm referring to. So this is today's stained glass Advent picture. And now we're going to go to the weekly page. It's the last week of Advent. So I think I want to stick with water-based markers. I haven't done one of these pages with that yet, so let's do that. Ooh, that green is green. Wow, it's pretty. My husband went to play hockey last week. He runs the he it's like just a kind of a fun thing, fun league kind of thing. Um and he also runs the Zamboni, and I get well, first of all, like the whole lot, the lot where they play at the rink wasn't plowed out, and it was one of those situations. It's like in the next city over from here, and it's one of those things where, like, if we don't get dumped on, they get dumped on, or sometimes we all get dumped on at the same time. But I guess they had gotten dumped on so fast with snow that the plows couldn't keep up, and they were trying to keep up with the streets and the roads, and so they never got to any parking lots. And so it was really, yeah, it's like it was really interesting parking in a lot. Everybody has 4-wheel drive and stuff, and most hockey players have trucks anyway because they got to carry all that trucks and SUVs because they have to carry all that stuff. But then he was telling somebody, don't, when you dump the ice or snow or whatever that stuff is from the Zamboni collecting the ice, he was telling them don't, because he's one of a bunch of people, well, not a bunch, but one of a few people that run the Zamboni. And so he was telling the next guy who was going to run it, because my husband was going to be on the ice. He says, don't go to this part of the lot, or you're going to get stuck, and we're going to have to try and get the Zamboni out of the snow. And somebody didn't listen, and they got it stuck. I can't even imagine getting a Zamboni stuck in the snow. That doesn't sound like a good time. They did get it out, though. So yeah, there's few things that will keep him from going to play hockey because it was snowing like crazy last Sunday. So if he doesn't go, I know he really doesn't feel good. But I know he's got a good dinner. We do have soup left over that he could have, but uh, sauce would be good for him. The vitamins. Hey, foot soldier, I'm doing good. How about you? Just glad for a roof and heat. It's the simple basic things, because it's not nice out there today. Few days this time of year are nice outside, but the wind seems to be extra frisky this afternoon. I want another green. I want a lighter one. Hope you are doing well. Oh, I was like, sometimes I don't like the internet. You keep finding out all these people who died. It's like, I don't want to know. There's something to be said for not finding out years later. But I can't believe Luke from Luke and Laura, he died. I saw that and I was like, what? He died like this past week. So him, Rob Reiner, the guy who wrote the song She's a Bad Mama Jamma, he died. I was like, oh, can we stop already? This is too much. I can't. That whole Luke and Laura storyline totally like revived General Hospital and took it out of being, the third rate um show, soap opera. Ooh, why did I do that? The soup it's a soup I made a few days ago, and I almost call it like, I don't know, the kitchen sink soup, because like I just was putting everything in there. I don't want this to spoil. I don't want that to spoil. I don't want this to spoil, but it turned out really good. Um, and then I made for the first time I tried making kanji, which basically is like you cook a little bit of rice with a lot of water, and then it gets really porridgey like. Well, I made some of that and I put it in separate containers because I actually kind of want to use it for thickener of certain things, like for soups and things. So I put that in there, and it's got roasted squash, or two different kinds of squash, roasted. I don't know. I was throwing everything in there. Um, Chicken breasts that I like. I just because I was in a hurry. It's like I ain't got time to pay attention to nothing and do it any particular way. So I just wound up putting that in the pot to let the boneless chicken breast cook, and then I took out the chicken and like cut it up small in small pieces, It's got oh my gosh, I forget. I was putting everything and its mother in there. Onions, of course, garlic. I don't know. It's got a lot of vegetables in it though, because I didn't want any of them to spoil. It's like I'm just making soup with all of them. Top it off with putting chicken in there, and then put the congee in there both to thicken it and to be, to be a starch in there and to thicken it, give it a little gusto, and it turned out really good. I was like, wow. So I still have a little bit of that in there. I'm still kind of craving some of that egg drop soup. Yeah, and I made the soup I just talked about. I think I made it after I had oral surgery. So I was like, I was not, I was like, hurry up and get it done because, like, yeah, I don't feel like nothing and I got a lot of work to do and I just need to be able to eat something so this thing can heal. So, yeah, I haven't watched a soap opera in years either. I used to watch, wow, okay, so I used to watch All My Children back when, what's it, when it was, well, Debbie, what's her name, was on there. They were like all and Jenny, the character that was called Jenny, and the guy, and they were supposed to all be friends or whatever. They were all teenagers. I watched it during then. All My Children. Watched All My Children off and on for a long time. Um, I used to watch One Life to Live back when Vicky. This was like when I was in elementary school, and like Vicky and Nikki, and Vicky had the split personality thing, and then they introduced the twin, which like I don't even know what the trajectory of that story was. Did it wind up being that Vicky didn't have split personality? Is that the reasoning they made for that? She didn't have a split personality. She had a twin. I don't know. Anyway. I used to watch it back then when she had the split personality. And yeah, and I think we used to watch that because then Dark Shadows came on right after it. But then I used to watch Another World with Rachel, the woman that was playing Rachel, and that how stuff was always happening to her. Like, does anybody have any worse luck than Rachel? Like, who knows? And I always used to wonder, not to be mean or nothing, but I used to wonder, how does she get to be a leading lady and she's got like buck teeth? That's what I used to think as a kid. But that's kind of odd, but I'm like, that's okay. Just a regular kind of person. And you liked her character, even though, like, my goodness, can anybody be more pitiful? Always having trouble. Then I used to watch Young and the Restless. And that was kind of problematic because of the crossover in time with All My Children. So I had to decide who had the best storyline, who had the thing that was going on at the moment that I most wanted to see what was going to happen next or whatever. And then I'd pick that one to watch. Then when they got around to, like, you could tape stuff on VCR, then it was like, okay, whichever one I wasn't going to watch, I could tape it on the VCR, the other one on the VCR. Yeah, the that split personality thing. That was a trip. I still now I kind of want to go back. I wonder if anybody if they have it on where you can like watch all of them and watch them in succession. I think I would like to do that. Binge watch the whole all the years. Well, maybe not binge watch because I wouldn't be able to do that in one setting. All the years of One Life to Live with the storyline with Vicky. I think I'd like to see that because it's like, how did they get away with all that foolishness? All the foolishness they put in there. Well, no, well, this is this because it's like, yeah, okay, uh huh. I remember we had a family friend. Well, it was me and my sister's friend down the street. We would always play together and play in each other's yards. And one time we were like, waiting for her to come out to play. And eventually she did, and she was crying. She was crying really hard. And we were like, what's wrong? And it was because somebody on a soap opera did something that she was crying. And we were looking like, huh? No, we never got into it that deep. It's fiction. That was funny. And let's see, what else did I watch? So like Another World. Um, I used to watch Ryan's Hope. I liked that one. I was sad when they canceled that because I used to watch that because I liked that one woman. What's her name? Pettigrew or whatever. She was Irish. Yeah, the bucktooth. Yeah, she did. She had like kind of like I don't know, or maybe teeth kind of like Dory. Don't tell. So I was like, how did she get to be a leading lady? Anyway, um, so let's see, what else did I watch? I know somebody used to babysit me when my mother was working, and I think I might have been like, I don't know, it might have been summertime, and I was like 5 years old or something like that, and the woman that used to watch me, she always put me down for a nap when it was either Days of Our Lives or The Edge of Night. One of those when that came on because I always remembered the music. I think it was Days of Our Lives because it was the hourglass thing. Dun 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 dun. Uh, I think I smell the ziti. Must be doing things. What time is it? 45 minutes yet from the last time? Almost. Yeah, they don't do soap operas like I know. I guess they still come on. I don't know, but man, that used to be a thing. That was the thing. I think those were the only ones I watched. I did watch General Hospital, but um, I actually not so much during the Luke and Laura one. That kind of annoyed me because again, I was like, how does Anthony Geary get to be like a leading man and everybody's going all over like, oh Luke, oh he's so wonderful. That I'm like, really? He's goofy, but I saw the draw to it, like with the whole, you know, the drama with it and everything. But rest in peace. That's just like he died too young. But I'm telling you, he really made his mark. He made his mark for sure. Let's see. So it was like, how did it go? All My Children. I think did Ryan's Hope used to come on before All My Children or after? That Ryan's Hope was relatively new, and it didn't seem like it lasted that long. Um, but yeah, yeah, they were just too crazy. I don't know, but you know what? It's almost like watching drama on YouTube. That it seems like it's almost like that, but sometimes the implausible things, and you want to follow, what happens next, and I don't know. 'Cause I've been watching a little bit of the I don't know what they call that area, but like with Amberlyn and Foodie Beauty, um, I've been kind of watching that a little bit. Not so much Amberlynn, but the stuff with Foodie Beauty, especially when she moved to Syria. Like Syria, it's like wait, that was like a whole like why? And now she's back in Canada, and I don't know why I watch this stuff, but you just kind of wonder, like I don't know. I think it replaces soap operas. It's like what happens next? Only thing is, these are people's real lives, so it's kind of I don't know, kind of sad in a way. Unless you see them do something where they really win, do something good, and they, you know. But I don't really watch them. I watch people. I watch what do you call them? The people who comment on them, which might be just as bad. But I don't always watch them, and like I kind of been watching a lot of things, much less lately. But you find out about these people, or you hear somebody talking about them, and you're like, somebody did what? What did they do? And you can't believe it, so you go and look for yourself. I don't know. Like I said, I was telling somebody else back when I got my computer in the late '90s. I didn't think there was going to be all this going on. It's crazy. I don't really like this purple, but I gotta find the right. Ooh, doesn't even look like purple. I gotta find the right one to go over it. Yeah, like that's why you're supposed to. Yeah, swatch. I know. That's too much like right. You know me. There we go. That's better. I can put some white on there to cover that up. And I think I gotta go check my ZD. Then I'm probably gonna eat because I'm trying to be good today. And I'm gonna see if my husband's gonna go play hockey. So if not, I'll wait and eat with him. Well, I'm gonna have to wait for it to cool. I'll be able to eat it right away. Let me just do the flames. We got all 4 candles now. Can I put a little bit of purple on the pink? This is Christmas week. I'm not doing anything for it. Like I think I mentioned that before, but I'm just gonna chill, relaxing from the semester. Just gonna do nothing that I don't want to do. I suppose the more you use any particular type of marker, the better you get at it. And maybe the better you get at picking colors. I should probably do that. I also really want to use up these markers just because they're old. Um, and I don't want them to conk out on me before I get to use them all. I got nibs in here too to replace them. Not that I know how to do that, but I haven't had to do that yet. Okay. Oh, Susan. Oh, she was a trip. She was a trip. Is a trip. So I think I'm going to head out now. If I come back, I'll come back probably coloring something else because I have been coloring some other things. I might come back working on the Hannah Carlson page, that Christmas color along with Taylor Made. But that's it for me for now. Gonna go run around the house. Have a good rest of your afternoon. Good to see you. I keep seeing the buck tooth. You took commenting on the buck tooth thing. Oh yeah, the nighttime ones. Yeah, when that came on, that was I used to watch Knots Landing. I didn't watch Dallas so much, but I watched Knots Landing. I loved Knots Landing. Yeah. Okay. Talk to you later. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.